In the HBO series The Last of Us, the world is bleak. Grief, loss, and survival shape everything. People make unthinkable choices, but they make them for love, or at least something that looks like love, after it's been warped by pain. Joel can't bear to lose Ellie, and so he kills to keep her. Abby loses her father and hunts Joel. Kathleen's brother is killed, and though he was a man of forgiveness, she chooses vengeance. And by the end of season 2, we're left with a moment where Ellie's hands are up and we hear a single gunshot. Fade to black. The cycle completes itself, or maybe it just repeats. None of it feels like evil for its own sake. It feels like grief that can't find another outlet. Love turned in on itself. Hurt people, hurting people. And watching it, I found myself thinking, thank God we don't live in a world like that. Except we do. We don't have the clickers and the quarantine zones, but we do have the wars. Russia and Ukraine, Israel and Hamas, Iran and Israel. Innocent civilians, whether Ukrainians, Russians, Israelis, Palestinians, Iranians, families, children, elders, caught in the middle of relentless cycles of violence and fear. Here at home, policies that harm the most vulnerable are justified in the name of order and safety. Every side claims justice, but all too often it's just vengeance dressed up in a better language. We live in a world that keeps swinging, keeps hardening, keeps retaliating. And in that world today, we're given an image of a heart. Not a sword, not a flag, not a throne, a heart. The Sacred Heart of Jesus is pierced, burning, wounded, but open. It doesn't flinch from suffering, but it also doesn't inflict it. It absorbs the worst that the world can give and answers not with revenge, but with mercy. It's not naive. It's not weak. It's defiant in the most holy way. And I'll be honest, I don't have that kind of love inside me. Not naturally. Not consistently. Not when I'm tired, grieving, angry, scared, or betrayed. And certainly not when the wound is deep and just surviving feels like all I can manage. But maybe that's exactly where the Sacred Heart meets us. Not in our strength, but in our poverty. Today's feast isn't a moral challenge to love perfectly. It's an invitation to be loved first. To be met by the mercy of Christ right where we're empty. To let ourselves be loved like that, in all of our weakness, resentment, confusion, and pain. To be held by a heart that never hardens against us, no matter how long we wander. And if we let that love in, just a crack, something begins to soften. Maybe our hearts ache in the same direction, bruised by grief, cracked open by compassion, stretched by the longing for peace. Maybe just a single moment when we don't lash out, when we choose silence over spite, when we weep instead of retaliate. Maybe the cycle breaks, even just once. So don't try to have that kind of love. Let it have you. And maybe that's enough, God willing. Amen.